Huh?
It's nothing yet. We didn't win it.
Don't worry about it, man. You took care of business last night.
Oh, yeah.
If you are a high school football team and you're getting ready to practice on Monday, not the game, just practice, then you're going to the playoffs. Congratulations. If you have practice on Monday, that's a big deal because now we enter the first week of the high school football playoffs. You're listening to the one and only Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM. I'm Pep Fernandez. We've got David Zink from the Press Enterprise, of course. No nickname intern Nick is in the house. World famous intern Angel, off doing big things.
Nostradamus Angel.
Did he predict some games right?
No, he called Arlington at the start of the school year.
Oh, yeah,
start of
I saw
football
that
season,
tweet.
and they made the playoffs. Some people say they backdoored their way in, but they made the playoffs.
Nevertheless, we're going to get to that game because you were actually there against Rancho Verde last night. So the Rancho Verde, big win last night, but Arlington, despite the loss, still advances. So everybody wins.
It was great. It was just it was a big love fest for everybody.
Hey, let's go right now to the Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change Celebrity Hotline. This guy's checking in early because if you're on time, you're late. And we're talking about one of our good friends here. We got to get some headphones up here on the camera. It's our good friend from Corona High School, their head coach, who is also going to the playoffs this season, the great Stephen Hill. Coach Hill, how's it going, and congratulations.
Thanks, man. I don't know about the great Coach Hill, but I really appreciate it.
Okay, so walk me through Friday night. So you guys played Thursday night. So Friday night, are you guys just sitting around waiting to see how this rating, this point system's going to kind of pan out? I mean, what do you do on a Friday night? Are you freaking out?
Yeah, I think everybody was pretty much on their toes, waiting to see what happened. I think we're all pretty confident. Like after Thursday night, Eric Paul had texted me and told me that we were like 0.9 points ahead, and kind of like told me he's never really seen the points change that much for out of league play and stuff. So that kind of helped relax me a little bit because I was pretty nervous. Yeah.
And Coach David Zink here, and you were actually rooting for the teams you beat to play well, right? You're like, come on, guys, you can win this game.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. I could have kissed Tony Brill on the mouth the night after.
Man, that would have been a great picture. I wish I could have seen that one.
Oh, gosh.
Well, I'm not saying it would have happened.
So, Coach, how did you spend Friday night? Were you watching or trying to keep up to date on some of the games, some of the scores that would affect you guys?
Oh, yeah. Me and my wife and everybody involved with Corona football, that's all we were doing was texting everybody at the game, trying to figure out how it was going. What's that app that you're on? Score Stream? Yeah, my wife was like on Score Stream pretty much steady the whole night.
We're talking with Corona head coach Stephen Hill here on the Inland Sports Show. You can see him live right now, live and amplified all over the world on the Inland Sports Channel. Coach, what's going on in the background? Are you like a party? What's going on?
Oh, the party's later. We're actually me and my I'm celebrating by buying some new shoes.
Oh, what are you buying? What are you rocking these days?
I'm all about the old school shoes, man. I'm like the old school Nike Air Maxes, and I'm a huge Puma guy.
Nice.
Yeah. I got kind of a weird thing about hats and shoes. Everything else is kind of whatever I find, but hats and shoes, I'm kind of a weirdo.
But you rock the hat pretty well, man. I like the flat brim. It always fits your head. I got a size 8 head, so no hat ever fits me. So I like a guy who can rock a hat.
Right.
Hey, Coach, before we let you go, okay, so obviously you're going to play a very good team in the Pac-5 playoffs in the first round, but still, nevertheless, still a huge accomplishment, right, for this program just to get into the postseason.
You know what, man? I'm really excited about it because I don't feel like you can make that next step until you feel what those great teams feel like. You know, we obviously get Centennial once a year, who's an absolute juggernaut, but this is a huge step for Corona football, and like I said, not until you get on the field with those guys can you really measure yourself and know when we get back into the weight room, be like, okay, now I know what I'm trying to get to and know where I'm trying to go. It's going to bring a whole, like, my guys work really, really hard, but I think it's going to bring a whole new level, new expectation to the off-season training, and I'm as excited, man. I'm fired up for the opportunity.
Hey, Coach, and beyond you guys making the playoffs, we had a conversation earlier this week. You guys got all-stars all over the campus. I mean, you told me about the kid in band who found a wallet with a ton of money in it.
That was my wallet.
And returned it. I mean, really honestly, great character on that campus.
I'm telling you, man, it's so awesome. Like, just trying to change, I think, the community's perception of what's going on our campus. It's funny because whenever anybody transfers in or a teacher moves to our school, they're like, man, I heard so much bad stuff about it. But then when you get here, it's truly a family. The kids are awesome. Like, everybody has their problems, of course, but, like, man, what teenager finds $5,000 in a wallet and returns it? Like,
it's real easy to throw. It's real easy to throw the wallet in the trash can and take the $5,000 home.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
Well,
I called you immediately. Like, I heard about it and was texting you while I heard about it. It's like such a huge.
Well,
Go ahead.
I think it's fantastic, and you know, it just shows the character. I mean, your team has showed a lot of character this year. I mean, we talked about it earlier in studio here, where, you know, like, what's the biggest team builder you could have, and that's back-to-back 1-8 season or 1-9 seasons, you know, and so I mean, it's like, or actually you had 3 wins in 2 years, but it's one of those things, and you know, it's great to see that you guys, the hard work pays off, because now you have something to point at for the kids that are coming into the program, and the kids that are in the program, and those kids that are leaving. You give them something to remember.
Yeah, you know, it's so easy for people to bounce around now and go wherever, and my hat's off to all my parents and all my kids who've, like, pushed through. Like, the fact that we have seniors in this program that have gone through all of this and stayed faithful and kept grinding and working hard, like, it's such a testament to them. Like, I couldn't be more proud.
You know, and you got to take a lot of the credit for that, Coach, because everybody needs a leader, and you're a great leader. I have to tell you, we got to go, but don't let it go to their heads, man. Work hard, do what you can, one step at a time, like you told me, one step at a time. You guys will get it. So, best of luck to you in the playoffs. Boy, I can't wait to see you try to beat up on a juggernaut.
Bosco.
Hey, I just want to see us run around and have some fun, man.
Well,
Play our ball, dude. Not play up, don't play down.
just play football.
Yes, sir.
Coach,
thanks for having me, man.
Oh, absolutely, Coach. Hey, have the best day, and enjoy that party today, but get ready Monday.
Oh, dude, we'll be getting ready tonight.
Good deal.
It's go time. All right, guys.
Enjoy those shoes. All right, that was head coach Stephen Hill from Corona High School. Well, shopping for new shoes, apparently, and getting ready for their Pac-5 Division playoff game. Probably, I don't know, maybe Bosco, St. John Bosco, maybe in that first round.
Kids getting all
shock the world, right?
Yeah, and kids getting all fired up. It sounded like his kids were all fired up.
All right, you know what? We told Coach 11:05 you got in here early because if you're on time, you're late in his world. So we got to thank our sponsors still. Adrenaline Athletic Training in Corona. We appreciate their support. AdrenalineAthletic.com is the website for all their travel ball teams, baseball, softball. They'll train you up in football. They've got Leonard Russell there, former NFL Rookie of the Year. Running back for the Patriots, Broncos, Chargers.
Former Long Beach Poly running back. He knows how to win football games.
Yeah, it looks like he can still play. So
hey, I wouldn't want to get in front of him if he's running with the football.
So he's down there. He'll treat you right. AdrenalineAthletic.com. And, of course, Spoiled. Quick quality oil change in Riverside. You just went, right, Zink?
I did, and I got the full treatment, but I didn't get the free full treatment. I paid full price, Pep. I expect you will next time,
I
too.
get the celebrity treatment.
They actually found out I had a taillight out and a headlamp out, and they fixed both of them right there on the spot. And my wife's driving around without a headlight or a taillight, so
you can't have that.
Hey, man, that's the kind of detailed work that they do. They check everything out.
We love those guys, and they're going to treat you right as well. All right, real quick, just to touch on the Big 8 League. So, of course, Centennial's your Big 8 League champion. Norco comes in at number 2. And Corona, number 3, decided by a points ranking system, which I hate. I don't like the coin flip either. I'd rather decide it somehow with a stat that's decided on the field. No.
Rochambeau, something like that?
You just take the league opponents, who scored the most points, who gave up the least amount of points, what was the point differential. Something that is decided on the field.
Wait a minute, but Pep, in some way, that's a formula. So, I mean, any way you look at it, nothing's perfect, but they're trying to find the best way. And when that league was started, that's what they all agreed upon. At least they've stuck to it.
It's way too subjective for me.
What are you talking about? It's all analytical. They're taking numbers. They're taking strength of schedule, points scored. I mean, Cal Prep does it not in like, we like them better than them.
I want one stat. Just give it to me. Whoever scores the most points in league, or whoever gives up the least amount of points in league.
Wow.
Or just one thing. Yeah, just something. One thing you can point to and be like, well, they did it. Look at the numbers. The numbers don't lie.
Well, they did do it.
Well, I know for
let's
Stephen Hill
move
they're
on.
not complaining.
We will agree to disagree.
Yes.
God bless it. God bless Cal Prep for making sure Corona got in the playoffs.
Hey, how about them Cowboys?
Yeah.
The Cajon Cowboys are in the house.
They didn't need point differential to get in.
No, they took care of their own business. The CBL champs splitting that title with Red Lindsay Fowler. We're going to have them in the second segment to talk about their season as a whole, where they might fit into the Inland Division playoffs.
Might fit in.
Well, we were talking about this about 1 in the morning. You said, we'll get into this in a second, but
Yeah.
you said Cajon is absolutely, positively, without a doubt, number 1 in the Inland Division. I said,
In my book.
you know what? Heritage has been number 1 in those rankings like pretty much all season, so why would they take Heritage out?
Strength of schedule. If
That's
you
fine. That's
if you look at the CBL, it's the toughest league in the Inland Division. That's 7 teams and 5 of them are strong. In fact, aren't 5 in the playoffs?
Yes,
4.
I'm not arguing
5.
against
There's
that.
5 in the playoffs.
No, there's going to be 4.
4 in the playoffs. But there should have been
Carter's not
5.
in.
There should have been 5. Should have been like
There should-
12,
If there was
15.
another open spot,
I'm just kidding.
it would be a CBL.
The point
team.
is that I believe that the Citrus Belt League is the deepest, strongest league. You have to win the most in the Citrus Belt to get
Agreed.
yourself in the playoffs.
I agree with all
that.
that.
Being the case, I think they beat the reigning state champion to be co-champs, as some people would say, or champions of the Citrus Belt League. They should be number 1.
I get it. We're going to talk to them about it. And, see
And I'm
where
sure I'll get grief from Heritage. I'll get grief from, Rancho Verde.
Jeff
I'll get
Steinberg
grief
at
from,
Rancho Verde's my neighbor. He's going to take out his trash, walk down the street, and he's going to ream me for what you said.
He's got to cut me some slack. Almost every game I've done for the Press Enterprise, I give him the stats.
You saw him last night, actually, didn't you?
He's got the night off again from doing stats. You're welcome, Coach.
All right, a couple more scores before we wrap up this first segment. So, Notre Dame defeated Aquinas in the Holy War. Zink's a Notre Dame guy, very proud. 10-0.
Sorry, that's the razor that's getting warmed up.
So back in August, triple digits, it was hot. The heat was going to my head. And I said, hey, you guys are so confident this year that if you go 10-0 in the regular season, I will shave an ND into my head. If you guys could do it. So last night they win their game. I go on Twitter. If you go on Twitter right now and go to @sportswithpep or @inland_sports. And what does Notre Dame High School put out? Retweet or favorite for what you want Pep to have in his hair. And there's two different designs. If you're watching us live and amplified all over the world, there it is, Zink.
Nice.
The traditional N over the D.
It's got to be traditional ND.
Or the NDHS across.
It's got to be a traditional ND. That's what's on the helmets. That's what's on the school. That's what needs to go on your head.
Let me turn around, Pep. Let's see.
And by the way, think about it.
I got a pretty wide head.
Think about this. It must be the green and yellow, year of green and yellow, because you got the Cajon Cowboys shirt
Love
on
Cajon.
right there.
I love Cajon,
Notre
yeah.
Dame's kicking some tail.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
it's
love Notre Dame too.
green and yellow, baby.
So if you retweet, that's the traditional ND. If you favorite it, it's the NDHS across the
I'm
back,
retweeting
so.
it. I'm retweeting it.
I know you are, dirty dog. Okay.
I can't wait. I just can't wait. Are we going to color it too? Because it's got to look like
Yeah,
the
I told
ND.
him to do it. Because I do the TV work, so I got to keep it in the back. I can't have it like in the front or a mohawk or anything crazy.
Dude, I think it would add to your credibility in any forum. It would add to your credibility.
You think so?
Yeah, because you're a man of your word.
Yeah.
You shouldn't
That's
open
right.
your mouth back
Yes.
in August, but
Yes.
you're a man of your word.
I know. I'm happy to do it, Notre Dame. We're going to get this done. I was actually supposed to go to their pep rally on Friday, the Holy War pep rally. I couldn't make it, so if they have a pep rally during the playoffs, maybe I'll just do it at the rally, like in the gym or something like that. If not, we'll do it right here in the studio.
Man.
I got clippers at home. I cut my own hair.
I know firsthand that it's not going to happen in studio. It will happen in front of their kids.
Okay, if we can do it on campus, we will. If not, I will bring my clippers from home. I'm going to let my hair grow out because usually, Thursday nights, I go out and do some high school football. I get home. It's like midnight, 1 in the morning. I go in the garage. I get the clippers. I throw some twos on it, and I buzz my own hair.
Well, my issue with it is that, this next weekend I'm really busy with drag racing. You cannot do it on Friday.
Oh, you won't be here.
Yeah, come on, man. You can't cheat
So
me
if
at
we
that.
do it in studio, you've got to do it.
Actually, no. I'll find a barber to come in and do it. I want to do it right. I mean, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it right. You don't want me doing it. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that might get kind
That
of...
would be pretty bad.
You're like, I'm going to do cursive. Hold on.
I mean, that's like you saying, "Hey, I need open heart surgery. Could you just fix this, would you?"
Nick, do you have any hair cutting experience?
No, sir.
Do you want some? I mean, I got a head of hair that you could...
Hey, I can do it. I'll be happy to.
See, Nick, no nickname Nick will do it.
Yeah.
But no, we won't do it while you're
Let me
gone.
just say
I
this. I have
promise.
one
We won't.
word for you. You're a moron
Yeah.
if you let him cut your hair.
Yeah.
Don't let
You
him
don't
cut
know
your
that.
hair.
You don't know me.
Oh, come on, man.
You don't know him?
I'll tell you what. We need to see some references before we actually see him cutting your hair, dude. You're talking about how you have to go on TV.
Yeah,
Oh, come on,
Give you-
that's bad.
Give you a fade on the sides.
See? Maybe I'll even throw a C on the side for Cajon. I'll just really mix it up.
Sweet. Oh my
CBL
God.
champs.
CBL
Are you
champs.
going like 90s old school hip hop with all the carving on the side of your head?
I think I am. And if not, I've got a very big hat collection. Now let's rock hats everywhere, right?
I guess.
Real quick, we got a couple other scores. So a true league championship game. Moreno Valley beat Vista del Lago 40-0 for the Mountain Valley League Championship. And one quick shout out, this one going to Afi Tualega, scoring the game-winning touchdown for Riverside Poly against JW North. If you're watching us live and amplified, we've got the highlight right here. Came in the fourth quarter. It was tied at 7. Tualega punches in the touchdown. That was it. Poly goes into the playoffs as the number 2 team. I don't think they'll see Cajon in the first round if I'm looking at where they might fall into place. But
you know, and for everything that's gone on in the Poly program this year, you got to say they're about as scrappy a team as you can find.
They fought and they clawed their way in.
They don't quit, man. There's no quit in Riverside Poly.
All right, we come back here on the Inland Sports Show. We're going to check in with the Cajon Cowboys and talk about their Co-CBL championship and also where they might find themselves in the Inland Division playoffs. I'm thinking 2. You're thinking 1. We're going to break it all down.
You know, what I think is, I'm sure there's plenty of people laughing at me. That's my personal opinion, though.
You're probably right. And not for the Cajon reasons.
Yeah.
Hey, we're coming back here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
That we offer here, the performance training is definitely specific to what they need. A lot of people actually come in here for the performance training, and also we have our travel ball program with our softball and baseball teams. Our performance training definitely to get quicker, stronger, faster.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports Radio 1350 AM, brought to you by Adrenaline Athletic Training and Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. Huge shout out to our boy Stephen Hill, head coach at Corona High School, one of our favorites. And I was joking, we got Cajon in the house, and I had a Corona shirt on, and they brought me a free Cajon shirt. So of course, Cajon's in the house, I got to put Cajon on. I love the Cowboys as well. But congratulations to the Corona Panthers for making it to the Pac-5 playoffs. But right now we're turning our attention to the Inland Division. And it was, to say the least, a wild night in the Citrus Belt League. The final Friday of the regular season. So much to still be decided. So Rev beat Yucaipa 53-17. Redlands beat Carter 28-15. And of course, our guest, Cajon, beat Miller 61-26. So what does it all mean? Cajon will be the #1 seed coming out of the Citrus Belt League. Rev will be 2, Redlands 3, and Yucaipa's 4. And in my humble opinion, Yucaipa will be that one lone at-large team coming out of going into the Inland Division, coming out of the CBL, just because of how strong the Citrus Belt League is. And Carter will be your #5 team, which they will be the odd team on the outside looking in, it looks like, on the playoffs. But so many good teams in the CBL. And we've got the co-champs here in the house on Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM. Coach Rogers, still rocking the beard. It's going to keep you nice and warm deep into those chilly November, December nights, right?
Oh, yeah. I have to have the playoff beard ready.
Obviously, we were talking about this a little bit off camera, but CBL championship, great, right? I mean, it's something exciting for the program, but as you said, a springboard, another stepping stone to what you guys want to accomplish really in the end, right?
Yeah. This is we talked about it. We've been talking about it from the beginning. You know, that this is the next season, which is the postseason for us. So we kind of wipe the slate clean and we go from here.
Coach, introduce who you brought with us today in the studio.
Yeah, today we got 3 of our guys here: Tyrone Gasway, Johnny Lamelli, and Jalen Stockman.
Guys, when you went into the season, you looked around your team, into the locker room, and you thought, we got some talent here. Did you think it was talent to go out and win a Citrus Belt League championship and be one of the highest seeds in the Inland Division?
Well, we didn't think. We knew. We knew from
Look
last
at Lamelli, man, bringing it. Coach Rogers is rolling his eyes like, oh, gosh. No, go ahead. You're good, dude.
Yeah, we knew from last season as we progressively got better, and we knew that we had to ball out. For many of us, we're seniors now, and we have that bond, so that bond just made us a better team, along with the talent.
And Tyrone, you guys knew you had some talent, but you guys were perfectly okay with not getting the attention. I know a lot of people were pointing at Redlands East Valley, and for good reason. I mean, they won state, and then there was Carter. They got all these D1 guys. A lot of people were talking about them. You guys were perfectly okay being like that other team. Like, go ahead, don't talk about us. That's cool. We're going to take care of our own business over here on the side, right?
Yeah, because we knew coming in that a lot of people were sleeping on us, as you could say that, because like everyone on our team was working hard off season. We knew we were putting in that work, so we knew that we could compete with the best, and that's what we were going to do coming into the season, and that's what we did.
Now, we always give the linemen love here on the show as well. We love the defense. We love the line. We do all that stuff. And just talk about what you guys were able to do for a young quarterback to give him protection, but also defensively, you know, getting after the other team and making the offense easier for him, right? I mean, if you're shutting down the other team, you're not going to need as many points, obviously.
Yeah, you know, collectively as a group, we put, game plans together, and like I said, depending on the week, sometimes our defense is our, standing out, whereas the next week could be the offense. We've had some huge special teams plays too. So, we try to do that thing, keep each other all together, and play as one.
It was Jalen, right?
Yes, sir.
Jalen, so last night against Miller, the Rebels came out swinging. I mean, they scored, the opening drive?
Yeah.
Got a touchdown on you guys? Were you like, not tonight? CBL titles on the line. We won a high seed in the playoffs. You guys obviously at home battled back in a huge way. We saw the final score 61-26.
Well, when we were preparing for this game, Roger said that, like, A.B. Miller, they're not a bad team, that they can be like a little brother that can just get in our way if we let them. And when we started out the game, we let them. They got that first touchdown. And once that happened, we realized it wasn't going to be a cakewalk. So we knew we had to get back on our grind and perfect our craft on that field and just come out with the W.
All right. If Lamelli's hair got in a fight with Coach Rogers' beard, who would win that? Who's got Lamelli's hair?
The hair.
The hair would win?
Yeah, I got to go with Johnny's hair. Sorry, Coach, but
I need 2 new players.
You guys just lost your starting one. I'm really sorry about that.
Bringing up 2 freshmen.
Hey, it's not the first time you do that. He'll do it. He'll do it. He's done it before. Okay, guys, let's look ahead to the Inland Division playoffs. The brackets will come out on Sunday, so this is all speculation at this point. In my humble opinion, I say Heritage goes in at number 1 because they've been ranked number 1 for pretty much the entire season. I think you guys climb to number 2 just based on how strong the CBL is. Does it matter to you guys where you're seated at, or do you just want, hey, just give us an opponent in the first round, we'll be there? Go ahead, Lamelli.
Well, me and Coach were talking earlier today, and we're talking about, we might have Ram or whoever, and I just told him, too, it doesn't matter who we play. We're going to send them home.
It's the pack their bags tour, right, You guys want to send teams home, pack their bags, finish their season, because obviously there's only one team that's going to be left standing at the end. Everyone else is going to be going home with their season with an L. So, do you guys look at the brackets? You say, okay, try to do the math, who we're going to play this team, we might play that team, or is it, hey, let's just watch our own film, let's try to get ourselves better, and then we'll just get ready for that opponent next Friday?
Well, we're just going to go week by week and prepare for every team like we've been doing in the season, and we're just going to try to get us better so that whoever's in front of us will play better than them by 10 times, like no matter what.
You guys, when it comes to practice, you guys, I see Coach Rogers. He runs a pretty tight ship. But do you guys try to enjoy practice, or is it like all business, like all focus, 100%? Do you guys try to lighten it up? And
Well, you know,
you guys are cracking smiles. I think I already know where this is going.
Yeah, you know, we goof off sometimes, but Rogers cracks down on it when we really need to. Like, he lets it slide a little bit, but when it's time to get working, we get working. Because in football, we're in high school, we still got to have some fun because we're still kids. But at the end of the day, we all are on the same mission, so when it's time to crack down and get serious, we get serious.
Coach, let me ask you about Jaden Daniels, obviously a freshman starting at the varsity level. We've talked about this before on Sports Weekly, but I mean, were you concerned going in, like giving the ball to a freshman and telling him to go out there and play in a really good Citrus Belt league? Or did you see was there writing on the wall that this kid's special? Give him, the more snaps he gets, the better he's going to progress as this goes along.
Yeah, you know, initially I think, you know, when he first came on campus, you know, I was a little, you know, I would say a little worried, you know, skeptical of him being able to play a full season at the varsity level. And then, you know, it didn't take it didn't take long at all. We watched him go through some of the passing league and in the early summer practices, and you know, the kid can play. And after that, you know, we knew that he was going to have to be on the field. And we made that decision pretty quick.
Who picks out your uniform combos? If you're watching this live and amplified right now on the Inland Sports YouTube channel, you guys got like, looks like the charcoal pants, the yellow tops, and of course the green helmets with the yellow star. I mean, that's a good look, but you guys have several different looks, right?
Yeah, you know, we've done something different each time, and you know, sometimes, you know, the captains just come to me and they ask what, you know, they tell me what they want to wear, and that's what it goes. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me.
Are you guys superstitious at all? Like, oh, hey, we played really well in this uniform, or we wore these socks, or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's kind of funny you say that, because yesterday we were considering, you know, we had picked out the gray pants, and we said, I don't really like that. We're going to change, and then we remember the last time we did that was the Carter game. That was the only time this year we changed pants right before the game, and it was a loss.
That didn't work out too well.
It didn't work out, so we knew after that we were staying in the gray pants. We're just going to ride it out.
Let's go back to that Carter game. Obviously, I'll say it, you guys are probably kicking yourselves after dropping that one at home to Carter, but in the long run, maybe it was a growing experience, something you guys could use to build on in the playoffs. Was that really the tipping point of the season? Obviously, the wins against Rev and Redlands were huge. But that Carter game might have been, you know, the thing that kind of swayed you guys, maybe got you back on track and put you in this position right now.
I would say the Carter game was like the climax of the season,
yeah,
because it showed whether we're going to fold or not. And as you can see, we're CBL champs now, and it showed that the Carter game had a big impact and it made us work way harder because we knew it was at stake.
When you guys look at the CBL schedule as a whole, when you're going into the season, you saw a lot of good teams in front of you. Did you think you could go out with just one win? I mean, was that kind of the goal? Did you think you were going to win out? I mean, what were your expectations as you went into the CBL schedule?
You know, going into the season, we were very confident of what we can do. We knew what kind of kids we had, but we also knew it was going to be a test. And if you look at our schedule, you know, we had one of those that right in the middle of it, you had those top four teams. They're top four in the you know, in the CIF division, and we had them all back to back. And so to come out there and play like we did, and finish those games off the way we did, you know, we couldn't be more happy about that.
So the beard's not going to come off until whenever the season ends, right?
Yeah. It's a winter coat now, so I'll just keep it going for a little while. We'll see what happens.
Will you keep it post football season?
No. I mean, I'll take it off here, and I'm a little scared what's underneath it right now.
And you did this last year as well, right? You just let it go?
Yeah, just let it go, and you know, just clean up on the neck. It gets a little itchy, but other than that, just let it go.
It's going to keep them nice and warm if you guys can make a deep run to the playoffs. The championship games would be, the first Friday in December?
Is that what it is?
Friday or Saturday.
Okay, yeah.
It depends when the CIF schedules those games. But you guys made it to the playoffs last year. You got San G in the first round. San G beat you. So for you guys coming back, I mean, do you look at this as an opportunity to get to the playoffs and make some noise, because getting to the playoffs just really isn't good enough now, because you guys are going to be highly ranked. You're co-CBL champs, and you know what it's like to go to the playoffs and just get, you know, bounced in the first round, right?
No, we're CBL champs.
CBL, what did I say?
You said co-CBL champs.
You're like, you are the CBL champs.
I mean, us coming to playoffs, because last year we already made it and we got knocked out. So coming back this year, us just making it here, that's not what we want to do. We really do want to make some noise in this playoffs and let the world know who we really are, because we've been grinding day in, day out. Ever since we lost that playoff game against San G, every person on this team has been grinding. So we're going to put work to it, and we want this to just really result in something positive for our program.
So the brackets come out on Sunday. You guys doing something, getting together, eating pizza, something?
Oh, the kids may. The coaches are getting together to go down there to Kaiser and see what we got. Yeah.
So the coaches will go down there. They're gonna all the coaches get together, right? At Kaiser High School, all the Inland Division, ADs and coaches. And
yeah. It's a big coaches party, I guess.
You must have the finest beard, right, when you roll in.
Well, we're gonna see. All right, there's some things on the line here.
Are you excited to see the brackets, or once again, does it go back to the fact that you guys just have to handle your own business, and whoever they put in front of you is, I don't want to say irrelevant, because I'm not putting anyone down, but
right.
You guys have to take care of your own business.
Yeah, I mean, we're curious. We want to see where we're going and what it lines up to, but at the end of the day, we have to beat whoever's in front of us anyway. So whether we're the 1 seed, the 2, the 3, the 4, or if we're not seeded, at the end of the day, we got to win.
So if Rev, obviously Rev's going to be in the playoffs, but you guys would be on opposite sides, right? I think that's how they work. Yeah. Right, Zink? You might know better than I do. I think they put league, like if 1 and 2 in league, they'll put them on opposite sides of the bracket. So if they do see each other, it won't be until the end. I think that's how it works out.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on all that. We'll see.
Looking at those teams, you're going to get probably a third place team from some other league, Mountain Pass, Sun Belt, Inland Valley, and San Andreas. Do you start looking at those schools, or is it just too early? You just wait till tomorrow?
I've done it before, because we've done this, going back to the days when we were in the SAL and I worked with Coach Batten, and, you go into these meetings and you start thinking about all the different possibilities, and then you show up and it's something that you didn't expect. So I've learned not to worry too much about it, and just we'll wait to see. We'll get the film, and then we'll get a plan together by end of Sunday night.
I've got a long tradition of getting these things wrong anyway, so I'm sure I'll keep that up. I think Hemet or Arlington, that's just my own opinion. I'm sure it's not going to be either of those two now that I've said it on the air. But best of luck, guys. I really appreciate you coming on the show. We'll have your highlights continuing. As long as you guys keep winning, we'll have you on Sports Weekly Live as well and get you the highlights. And best of luck in the first round of the Inland Division playoffs.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Sir.
All right, that's the Cajon Cowboys here on the one and only Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM. Greg, we're going to take a break early, bro, because when we come back, we're going to talk more high school football. We're going to break out our grade 8 and 4 more high school football rankings. And we're also going to tell you about a big wrestling match that'll take place outside on the front lawn at Cal Baptist University. It's a huge deal. Thousands of people are coming up. And there's actually a school in the Midwest trying to do this, but we're going to tell you why that's not going to work. That's coming up on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM. Sports in the
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Every sport that we offer here, the performance training is definitely specific to what they need. A lot of people actually come in here for the performance training, and also we have our travel ball program with our softball and baseball teams. Our performance training definitely to get quicker, stronger, faster.
Deferred deposit transaction law. IE Sports heard right here on Fox Sports Radio 1350 and FoxSportsRadio1350.com. Now here's more with Pep on the Inland Sports Show.
Greg, you got my song. Metallica, a little rock and roll for you to wake you up on this Saturday. Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio 1350 AM. Just had the Cajon Cowboys. Okay, so let's get this straight. My boy Johnny Lamelli. Yes, they're co-CBL champs is the way it works out. They each have, them and Rev each have one loss in league play. But in terms of the playoff seedings, Cajon is the #1 team coming out of the CBL because they won that head-to-head matchup straight up with Redlands East Valley. So that's how it works out. So Cajon's the 1, Rev's the 2, Redlands is the 3, and Ukaipo will be the 4, assuming they get in, which I think they will. There's no way they don't. And no nickname Nick, flying the colors, representing the Terriers, Redlands baseball in the house. Nick, were you guys just celebrating all night long in Redlands last night?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But you know a lot of the guys on the team, right? I mean that was a big win for them on the road at Carter, and it punched their ticket to the postseason.
First time since my freshman year we got in the playoffs. It's pretty big, Pep.
So you walk around campus, you tell the football guys, listen, don't drop the ball this year. We want something to cheer about. We want to cheer on the Terriers in the playoffs.
It's like, guys, don't mess up.
They might tell you the same thing in baseball.
Yeah.
I'm just putting you on the spot, brother. You're all good.
A lot of them play baseball too, so.
Oh, 2 sport athletes, huh?
Oh yeah.
A la Jacob Nottingham, right? He was a pretty good one that went both ways. Yeah. Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, brought to you by Adrenaline Athletic Training in Corona and Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change in Riverside. Cajon, they were great on the show. Another shout out to Stephen Hill and the Corona Panthers who called in a little bit earlier, shopping for new shoes. Got to look good for the Pac-5 playoffs. You just can't roll out there with some like old beat-up Vans with holes in the bottom, right?
Well, you could, but he won't.
Nah, man, it's Pac-5. What, you're going to go on the road to like Bosco or one of those schools and look all
in Orange County, they think of us all as inland people or the dirt people.
There's
so what
those
does it matter?
inland guys.
Oh, look at those guys. They think they should be driving in like a pickup truck, people all in the back, playing banjos.
Gun rack, you're on the back of your car, maybe a hay bale or two, I don't know.
Exactly.
Well, we've got more high school football to get to. We're going to talk about our grade 8 and 4 more. We'll also do a little prognostication maybe into the playoffs about matchups or who we might see in the Final Four for the Inland Division. We'll get to that in just a second. But I want to give a shout out to Cal Baptist University. They got this thing called Take It Outside, where the wrestling team actually has a match on the front lawn of the campus. And last year they had nearly 3,000 people come. They just make like a little makeshift arena, like a little stadium right there on the front lawn. Last year almost 3,000. They're hoping maybe to get 5,000. Like there's going to be a lot of people. Well, Iowa wants to do the same thing. They said, oh, CBU, you think you're so cool. We're going to do the same thing. Well, the problem is Iowa's in the Midwest, and it's going to be like 30 degrees when they're trying to wrestle outside.
That just makes it more fun.
Does it?
Yeah.
I don't know if that does. Maybe it does. I don't know. If you're one of the wrestlers, are you excited about that, to wrestle outside in Iowa? Is it anybody? Zink? You're like
They're
shaking your head now?
I have no comment on wrestling.
But we're not going to worry about Iowa, because we love Cal Baptist. They're going to do it. The long-term forecast is sunny, like 74.
Is this today?
It's next Saturday. Next Saturday, high noon, against Cal State Bakersfield. Look out for those road runners. I love those runners. But
there he goes. That was your opportunity.
The drops of Bakersfield knowledge on you. Yeah, it was. But here's head coach at CBU's Lenny Zaleski talking about wrestling outdoors, and they're going up against a good D1 program because they're D2 and they're one of the best in the country. Here's their head coach Lenny Zaleski talking about facing Cal State Bakersfield outside. Take it outside too next Saturday at noon.
Yeah, I think as far as the feedback I'm getting, there's more interest. There's more. I think we established something last year. I think we went out that there was 2,600 people here. That we set an outside record. And so that, I think, got the wrestling community fairly excited. And now, I think, with Andrew, Nicola's help and our SID help, that, they've done a great job marketing it. And I think it's going to be, I think it's going to exceed 2,600. The competition that we plan to, hope to beat at the end of the year, this is the level that we need to compete with. This is the level. If we want to be All-Americans or national champions, these are the guys that we're going to have to be able to beat and to compete well with. So, there's nobody on our team that is concerned with wrestling the D1 guys.
Outside too next Saturday at noon. It's going to be a huge deal. The weather's going to be great. Go check it out. They sent out posters to like close to 200 high schools in the area, like San Bernardino County, Riverside County, and beyond, because a lot of high school kids come check this out. What a great recruiting tool to show, the novelty of this and also get some exposure for the program. So it's a cool deal. Go check it out. It's Take It Outside too. Cal Baptist against Cal State Bakersfield next Saturday at noon. Front lawn at CBU. And I want to give a shout out to the UCR women's soccer team. We had them on the show last week. We gave them all that inland sports magic to go to the Big West Conference tournament. Made it to the semifinals. Lost to top-seeded Long Beach State in overtime. So close.
Tough ride.
Man, the inland sports magic almost worked. Got them to the semifinals. But shout out to them for coming on the show last week. And one more college note. UCR is playing CBU in women's basketball tonight. So if you're down with that, check it out. It's at UCR Student Rec Center at 5 o'clock, UCR and CBU women's basketball. All right, back to high school football here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM. I want to hear your Inland Division Final Four. The Final Four. Now, I could make a short list of teams that I think, maybe 7 or 8 teams that can make the Final Four. But I want your Final Four. I know no nickname intern Nick's pondering this right now. Zeke, you had to grab the Press Enterprise. What are you cheating? You looking for stats or notes?
No.
You know who your Final Four is going to be?
Yeah, I definitely do.
Okay, we'll go to you first.
No,
Smart guy. You're the guy that sits in the front of the class and raises his hand all the time. You've always got the answer.
So you want me to give you the Final Four in the Inland Division. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's exactly what I want to hear.
Okay, well, there's always a dark horse, right? One dark horse, one that comes out of nowhere.
Is there? I don't know. I feel like it's kind of top-heavy.
Yeah. I'm going to go with just as the seeds I think should be. It'll probably be, I think, man, this is tough.
So if Cajon's won.
No, I'm not going to give them seeds. I'm just going to say who the 4 teams are.
All right.
I'm going to say Heritage.
Okay.
I'm going to take Redlands East Valley just because they've been there, done that before.
Now we should note that our boy and friend of the program, Joey Harmon, broke his arm last night.
Did he really?
He broke his arm. Yeah. No nickname intern Nick was at the game shooting highlights for Sports Weekly Live. And, he had a splint, right? He was all...
Okay, I'm going to retract that.
Sling.
Yeah.
I'm going to retract that.
The old harm dog, dude.
Hey,
best of luck, Joey, if you're listening.
What do they do for a running game? I mean, they've got some guys, but
hey,
Joey Harmon is just...
If you're looking for notes for the Press Enterprise, and I know you are, you might want to call Bruick, your boy.
I mean, because they're dinged.
Yeah, they've been beat up all year. They can't catch a break.
Man, I guess I'm more wishful thinking that they're going to be in the Final Four.
No nickname. What's up?
Armando looked good last night. I will give you that. He threw for 6 touchdowns, I believe, and at one point he threw for 4 consecutive touchdowns.
Wow.
He's stepping his game up with the playoffs around the corner.
All right.
So do you still have Rev?
I'm just gonna stick with it. Heritage, Rev.
Okay. What about our guests?
I say Cajon.
Okay.
And the 4th team, God, that's so tough.
I know, dude. I can make a short list, I think, of like
I'm gonna
6,
say
7,
Rancho
8
Verde.
teams.
I'll say Rancho Verde. They've got a lot of weapons. There's one thing that came out of the Rancho Verde game that I need to tell you.
Okay.
Thompson got hurt.
Oh, Brian Thompson.
They were trying to get him to 1,000 yards. They're trying to get him to 1,000 yards, and they sat a lot of guys, but they didn't sit Thompson. He played one play. Wait a minute. It was a 71-yard catch that he got caught about the somewhere inside the 10-yard line, and it kind of got rolled up on his ankle. Now, Coach thinks that he's going to be okay, and that hopefully he will be okay, but I don't know where that's going to be. But they do have so many weapons, and they sack guys. I mean, Darius Ruff ran for 161 yards last night.
And Jamal Scott's the guy.
Jamal Scott just sat, because they didn't want to. They didn't play about a half dozen kids, and defense and offense, so they were playing with a limited crew and still threw up 45 on Arlington. So they're a very good squad, and I've seen them 4 times. If they don't beat themselves, they're going to go a long way.
I totally agree with your Final Four, Heritage, Cajon, Rev, and Rancho Verde. I think I'm on board with that. The scary thing is, we didn't even include Citrus Hill.
I know.
I mean, Citrus Hill could be in the championship
sure right
game.
now, I guarantee you, Coach is killing us right now.
I mean, that's
That's why I hate doing this, because you're putting me in a position. What if I have to cover Citrus Hill? The first thing that's going to come out from Zomal's mouth?
Pick us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're making me pick. Look, these are all good teams. Yeah. And by the way, I'm just going to let the games play out. You put me in a position to have to say
I'll
4 of them.
I'll fall on the grenade. That's fine.
mean, really, honestly, this is such a deep division that it can be any. Paloma Valley could come out of nowhere.
Yes.
That was I was talking about a dark horse.
Yes.
They played Heritage to a touchdown loss, and that's probably the closest they've gotten to Heritage in a while.
Yeah. Probably ever, yeah.
So I mean, it's one of those things that there are teams.
That's why I said there's probably 6, 7,
creeping in the bushes.
Yes. We said this last year, and I feel like a broken record at this point. But last year, going into the Inland Division playoffs, we said after that first round, nothing against those first round opponents, but after the first round, you get to the quarterfinals. Dude, you can just throw it up in the air. I have no idea. Last year, Rev barely beat Elsinore.
Yeah.
They barely got past Elsinore, and what they do? They went on and won everything. CIF, SoCal title,
and that's
state
how
championship.
That's how deep that division is, and that's how well coached the teams in that division are.
Yeah.
I mean, because Tony Peralta, the reason they barely beat Elsinore is because Tony Peralta's a heck of a coach. He coaches his kids up real well.
He really is.
I mean, usually, I hate to say this, but I'm going to say it. Usually they're undermanned a little bit. I mean, come on. Guglielmana, he's a whirlwind, Tasmanian devil type guy, but, you wouldn't expect if you, take the eyeball test and you're like, that guy?
Yeah.
And he was killing it. He's well coached and a good athlete.
Absolutely right. All right, no nickname. I'm going to ask you. First off, let me ask you.
We didn't even say Redlands.
No,
Coach
that's
Walker.
Not yet.
That's
Not yet. Not yet.
That's what I was going to preface. Nick, are you going to go with the Terriers in your Final Four?
Of course.
Okay. All right, so we got Redlands on the board.
Wow.
All right, Nick, who are your other 3 in the Inland Division Final Four?
All right.
Because based on the coach's challenge, he's very well versed on local teams. Nick, who's your
His dark horse is Rim of the World.
Yeah.
All right, thought long and hard about this.
Yes, I know you did.
I've got
Did you stay up all night studying for this?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Heritage, Rancho Verde. I'm gonna go with Cajon. Defense wins championships. Cajon's got a good
Wow,
defense.
look at that. Listen to him. He's talking game.
He's all grown up, man. He's been listening to us too long.
Angel, you're in trouble, man.
World Famous is off doing something in the Bay Area.
Nostradamus is off doing something. He's up for the Gates Millennium Leadership Conference.
No, he totally big timed us. He's far too
Santa Clara, flying. He took a flight to get up there. He's all over it, man. He's decked out with a tie and nice coat. But wait a minute, we jumped on. Come on, we got to hear the finish. So what's the 4th?
No, Redlands, right?
Yeah.
It's got
Redlands.
You didn't say it.
Okay, so Redlands, Cajon,
Rancho Verde,
and Heritage.
Yep.
I guess it could happen.
There's always that dark horse team.
No,
Hey,
I got
Redlands and Cajon. Remember that? What was it, 33-30?
We don't give up.
Hey,
Coach Walker, man, he's got guts.
So you go to school on Monday, Nick,
Yep.
and you tell all your friends, hey, I hope you listen to the Inland Sports Show because I got your guys back.
Oh,
I was the only one in the
I
room.
can see it as he walks on campus. You know that whole movie thing where they jump into the place and he's walking down the middle of like a breezeway,
Yeah.
and it all slows down, and people are like, and he's like,
Yeah, he's
you know what I mean? He's like bringing it. He's just a player throwing.
I'm breaking bread. Yeah,
The star quarterback giving him a high
yeah,
five.
it's not good.
Exactly.
There's Joey Barola. High five.
Hey, all my friends are listening to it right now.
Hey, Nick's got their back, man.
He does.
He's got to roll with his Terriers.
I get it.
All right, so there's our Final Four. Like I said, I have a very long tradition of getting my picks wrong, so take it for what you will.
Okay, here you go.
No, I'm
Same with
you.
me?
I'm with you,
Okay.
dude. I'm with you.
Wow.
But the scary part is I think about it, I'm like...
You're like, I'm with Dave? Jeez,
Yeah,
what
like,
the heck was I
we're
thinking?
always so combative and we never agree. Like, how are you and I on the same page on this?
I just... You know, the Cajon part of it, what he said I didn't say, but I believe it, that they have a really good defense, and defense is going to get it done. But, let me say this. Jeff Huerta out at Rancho Verde, sneaky good defense. You don't see it. But think about it. They lost to Citrus Hill, first game of the year, with a brand new coach by a touchdown. Now I know they lost. They lost to Rev, very, very slim margin defense. I mean, they've already played some of these teams. They're going back at them. Now they got film on them, and they know what they can do with them. And you're just telling me Joey Harmon, who was the guy who brought Rev back in that game.
Like, he carried the team this year.
He helped get Rev back in that game against Rancho Verde, and he's no longer available.
See, but Armando's a different quarterback.
No. Hey, believe me, man. I've watched Armando for 3 years. I know what kind of quarterback he is, and he's got the heart of the champion. That's how they won that game. But who knows?
Even last year, man, I'm going to kind of dramatize this. His arm was barely hanging on.
Yeah.
And he still led him all the way.
He was hurt was that the last week of the season or the first week of the play?
I think it was the Citrus Hill game. Was that, I think that was semis, wasn't it?
Was it semis?
When Steven Garcia came in?
Yeah,
I think
you're right.
Citrus Hill in the semis. And he came back, and remember, there was the whole thing, I don't know, Bruick plays it real tight to the vest. Well, I like his style, but he's like, I don't know if he can go. And there's Armando, it's like, yeah, my arm's barely hanging on. It's holding on by a thread. I don't know.
Here, let me throw a touchdown.
Hey, actually, you know what? Going back to that CIF championship game, didn't Malik Levette take the very first snap at quarterback?
Yeah, he sure did.
And the rest of the way, it was Armando.
Yeah.
So technically, Armando didn't start the game.
But they don't have Malik this year.
They don't have Malik.
No Malik.
So Joey Harmon would probably have been their Wildcat, right? If they did the Wildcat. So.
Well, we'll see. We'll have to see. This is what I love, man. Playoff time, the Inland Division. It's the best division in the Southern section.
Dude, I love the Inland Division. It gets me all fired up. The scary thing is, I like all the teams we just mentioned, but Citrus Hill, I don't want to exclude anybody else, but Citrus Hill and Paloma Valley, we didn't even mention them. And I feel like at least one of those will be in that Final Four.
And by the way, we didn't even talk about the Pac-5, and we didn't talk about the Northwest, or about the West Valley
Division.
We didn't even talk about those. And by the way, you're going to see Centennial as a #1 seed likely, and you're going to see Vista Marietta as like a 3 seed at the very least.
2 or 3 maybe, yeah.
And last year they weren't. I mean, they were basically like, well, let's see what they do when they get to the Pac-5, and everyone's talking about everybody else but them. And now they're right in the mix. And Centennial is going to be one of those guys. And, it's going to be fantastic. Read my story on Monday because I'm going to go to the brackets down in Los Alamitos on tomorrow. And I'm going to talk with Logan. I'm going to talk with Coley Candell and find out what's changed in a year. You guys are the same program, same coaches, same base of players. And now all of a sudden you guys are the it teams in your divisions. And you just got there a year ago and no one was believing anything about what you did.
Inland area rules, man.
Rock.
That's what, we're too cool.
A lot of good football out here that nobody knows about until they finally have to play yet.
Hey, real quick, the scores updated on the Coaches Challenge. Zink has 65, you're going to win it. Angel 63, I've got 60. No nickname intern, Nick 43. That's how it shakes out. Hey, shout out to our sponsors, Adrenaline Athletic Training in Corona. AdrenalineAthletic.com is the website. If you want to get better in your sport, dude, call Leonard Russell. What are you waiting for? And Spoiled, quick quality oil change in Riverside. Winter's here. Get your car in. Get the oil changed.
Wipers. Make sure you get your wipers. El Nino coming. You need wipers.
Your lights. Right? You got
El Nino.
All right, so next week we're going to talk playoffs. The playoffs? We're going to talk playoffs.
Playoffs?
Yeah. So congrats to all the teams practicing on Monday. Your season is still alive. It's a huge accomplishment just to get to the playoffs, so congratulations. And next Saturday, we'll talk about those first-round games. I'm Pep Fernandez for Cajon High School. Coming on the show, Stephen Hill from Corona, David Zink from the Press Enterprise, no nickname intern Nick, and, of course, Greg Yates running the board. I'm Pep Fernandez. We'll see you next time on the one and only Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM.